with motion capture in 3D. So see if my stream is actually catching up with me a bit. Yeah, we should be okay. We'll see what happens. Okay, so this is it. So right now you're not really seeing anything here, but if I come into the individual cameras, so if you look, this is the software we're using here. And so we have camera calibration, tracking, we have other things we can do here, but first you have to do is really calibrate the system. There we go. So there's quite a bit of lag on the YouTube side of stuff, but that's okay. So you can see what's going on here. This works quite well. And what I want to do is I want to go into this camera calibration and I want to look at the actual cameras. So there we go. I can look at all the cameras right here. And the first thing I have to do is mask out shiny. So a lot of times, so let me just see if I can change this a bit. So there we go. All right, so let's go to here. Let's just cut. So there you go. So you can sort of see. What I want to do is just make sure that I'm going to turn this off. This is the calibration device here. You want to make sure that nothing shiny is going to affect how this will be. Otherwise, the camera will try to track it. So the first I'm going to do is do a masking of particular sources. So if you look at this, we pop into Shogun here. Here we go. So if you look, it's seeing other cameras and lights. You're getting these little readings. There's no markers or anything out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to hit start masking all. There we go. Here we go. So you can see it's creating a mask, so it's just not going to try to track those when we're doing live motion capture. Okay? Pretty simple. And just let it go for a couple minutes. Try not to move around. Make sure you don't have reflective tennis shoes on or anything like that, or trainers, and just make sure. So as you can see, we have 3 Veros and the others are MX cameras here. We have a Vicon GigaNet setup for this, plus some other things. So that's probably good enough. So we got 10 cameras going here. So I'm going to stop masking them, okay? Now, just so you know I'm not kidding, we actually do a wand wave. Let me choose the wand. There we go. I shall use the Active Wand V2. Okay, so there we go. So you want to make sure you're using, when you're calibrating, it has to be right. So what I want to do, just switch to the overlay again here. And there we go. So I've got the wand going here. Yay, how exciting. I'm going to put this in the middle of the room for now to start. Okay, very good. And I'm just going to go into, so you can see what happens. So basically, oops, sorry, there we go. Oh, maybe I'll just stay like this for now. So what's going to happen is I'm going to come in here and I can start the wand wave. So it knows what wand it is. It's on. So let's start the wand wave. Okay, there we go. And as you can see, as I move the wand around a bit, it's starting, some of the cameras are starting to see it. There we go. And you're starting to get some wand waves in the windows here. So really you want it to, this helps define the volume. Okay, there we go. There we go. Getting everything done here. And I'm just just trying to get a good wand wave on all the cameras, doing the whole volume here. There we go. I'm looking for the right number of wand waves here and just see what happens. I might have enough now as it is. And sometimes I might want to know a particular camera, so if I click on it here, it should highlight that particular camera. That was the one over here. So I almost see now that this needs. Let's get that one down. Just gonna click on that one again. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Trying to get this done. There we go. Just trying to get some more wand waves going here. Except for camera one, we have some pretty good coverage here. Let me see if I can get... Let's be this one here. So this is... Look at this. There we go. Now get a little bit better coverage on this. This guy over here a bit. There we go. So that is now getting some coverage. I'll just leave that there for now. There we go. And I shall now stop the wand wave. And we'll do that one more time. There you go. Let's just make this a bit bigger. And try. Oh, it's done it. So very little problems here. I might do this again so you can see this bit here as it's building up its thing. So here we go. So we've done the masking. I'm going to do another wand wave. Just going to reduce the number down to like 500 for now. Do 800. There we go. And it is the Active One V2. Not worried about this just yet. I'm going to do one more wand wave, okay? So if you look at this bit down here, you can see it's red, but as I start moving around, you'll see the camera's picking up the wand wave. So here we go. There we go. So you see some numbers coming up in there. So as I move around the room, the cameras are, you're seeing the wand waves, and then you're also getting a count there. So there you go. So what I'm trying to do is get everything here. I can already see, I could probably reset some of the cameras here, so there we go. So as it turns green, some of the cameras have enough wand waves. Okay? That's if you have automatic. So I'm looking for each of the cameras to have minimum of 500 wand waves, and we'll stop at 800. There we go. And I'm just walking around the room. Just going to see which one we need to do more on. There we go. Go. One a bit more here. This one. Yeah. These guys here playing one ways. And this is just an important part of the calibration. We're almost there. So I'm waiting for 2 cameras now to get enough wand waves. So camera 6. Let's see which one is camera 6 here. So I'll just have to double click on this. Should highlight which camera it is. There we go. So number 6 needs some more wand waves. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. Oh, it's done it. So there we go. So it's automatically stopped it now, which is good. And I have a pretty good error. So there's nothing above, only one is 0.1. So I really like a 0.0 something, but I can probably live with this as it is. So there we go. So let's come here. Everything looks pretty happy. And if I come back to the 3D scene, there you go. So it's sort of figured out where the cameras are in space. There you go. But we need to, this is basically a virtual room now. So what we want to do is set the origin. Okay, so let me just swap over here. Sorry. I do like to talk as I go, so just pop into the webcam for a second. I shall be with you short. There you go. So you can sort of see. There you go. So you can sort of see what's going on here. So I'll just cut to that for a second. So this was my calibration device. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it on the floor. Sorry, my cinematography isn't great today, but I want you to see that that goes on the floor. So we set X, Y, and Z. And if you've got this, the handle, so basically, when you have a character here, always start your mocap facing the positive Z, okay? So there we go. Let me just switch back to here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm now going to set the origin. I'll generally count to 5. And you can see already, there it is. Oh, because I set a prop. There you go. I set that wand as a prop, so there you go. So it looks like the space in the room. So if I had my streaming camera with me, I would actually show you more of what's going on in the room. So there we go. So just fix this. Sorry. All right. All right, so let me just switch here for a second. So I'll just go back through this one more time a little bit, and there we go. Some markers here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into Shogun. And I'm going to switch back to Shogun so you can sort of see what's happening here. You can actually see the markers on the floor now. There you go. So it's tracking this in real time. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come and change this to an orthographic view. So it looks like the floor is quite even here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set the floor plane, and it sort of averages it out. Okay, so I'm going to go back to perspective. I'm pretty happy now. I think I've got a decent calibration, so what I'm going to do is save it. So this is August 2023. There you go. So at least I've got a saved calibration. And for now, that's a quick introduction to calibration. We're going to try to do some motion capture calibration. And